I'm at the Kentucky Theater tonight with Bryan and Eric Sanders. They just showed their film, Papercut 2, and I just watched it. And first of all, guys, I want to say it was a wonderful film. All the actors done a great job, and y'all done a wonderful job in this film. I really enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you
And
so much.
what I wanted to ask you is, I know you said something about when you were filming, the police thought you were actual criminals, and they almost shot you. Is that what?
Was it Margaret and Gate Street, the old warehouse,
old creamery warehouse
in Stanford? We had permission from the mayor, and there was a miscommunication, and the scene was Bryan's character is loaded up, shotgun, like grenades, running down the hallway shooting imaginary robots out of the sky. And somebody saw lights on. The building's abandoned. There's only one room that had outlets. We rigged lights across the whole thing. We brought in all these props that look like drugs and like robots and all this stuff. And Bryan's wearing sunglasses, of course. And then we hear somebody coming down the hallway, and then Bryan turns around with his shotgun, literally looking like that. And there's flashlights and guns drawn, and they're like,
I can't imagine it.
We're like, what? Oh my God, this is all fake. Like, trust me, it's all fake. It's all fake. None of this is real. And of course, Bryan can't see anything, so he's like,
I'm wearing sunglasses the whole time.
At 2 in the morning. So yeah, it was a pretty scary, but now it's funny to talk about 10 years later.
And there's been so many other times in the movie where maybe we're just kind of run and gun guerrilla style filmmaking, where the police were either coming around the corner and were asking questions, but it eventually happened so much during Stanford that eventually it was like, can I be in the movie, or can I put me in the movie? So we put Preston Milton, the police chief's son, in the final scene of the movie with his squad car, just to fulfill his wish.
Car at the end of the movie, if you'd like, you could bring it over.
That's pretty good. That way it gets the police off your back, don't
right,
so they can monitor, make sure we don't do any more stupid stuff.
They're like, just call us when you're shooting. Don't talk to. Just let us know when you're filming something.
And I believe there was a scene that Tim Morris, he closed down 27 just for a few seconds for me to bring my Cougar through for a sweeping shot, because we were really kind of close to the edge of median, and he actually turned on his squad car lights, blocked out the lane for.
By, then turned his lights off.
He knew exactly what we were doing. He's like,
go again. And he's like, what are y'all doing? We're like, making a movie. He's like, we just need to. He's like, I'm going to block the road for you so you can get your shot. And we're like, oh, awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's an awesome story. That's why I wanted to ask you about it, because it's funny, it's unusual, it's different, you know, and it's a great story.
Support the Stanford Police Department and the city of Stanford. Just thank you so much for being basically 90% of the film's location. You know, the creamery, the Cedar Creek Lake, the Hubble Park.
Yeah.
It's a love letter to Stanford. I grew up there, and a lot of Stanford people. So thank you so much for watching the film, and to visit papercut2.com for all the latest information, and for all my personal work at studiosandman.com for my future endeavors, and to maybe watch for another Papercut 3 maybe in the future.
Yeah. Now you're the director, producer, and actor in the film, and
master, wardrobe master, special effects.
Literally, Bryan is the film. I just had the camera and hit record. And developed a lighting style as I went through film school, and then ended up bringing it all together. It's always funny. It took 3 years to produce the movie, and we were working weekend to weekend, paycheck to paycheck. And as I went through film school those 3 years, the movie looks progressively better until you get to the end. There's lighting changes, there's better shot compositions. So it's almost like an evolution of like our filming experience.
And halfway through the movie, our friend Drew Terry helped us with the script, so the writing and the dialogue got a whole lot better around when Chuck became No More Games. From then on, Drew was basically helping me write the movie, so like the dialogue became better, more meaningful, more impactful. So the movie got better as it progressively went along.
Yeah, the acting was great, and I love the part where you're fighting with the video game creatures, shooting them and everything. I thought that was pretty interesting.
One of the slight Easter eggs we loosely reference is Chuck's taking medication, and when his medication runs out, it's the duality of, is Chuck actually seeing these things, or is it all in his head? So eventually he did see something, because he came back physically changed by the end of the movie, but it's like, what demons did he actually fight? So and all the people disappear and reappear, and if you pay really close attention, the Mort's character just appears in the scene at the very end, and then they all magically disappear.
We're just also kind of highlighting, I have a lot of friends in the military, and just the post-traumatic stress, and how a lot of friends coming back deal with that, and just to kind of show support that you
Yeah.
can fight against your own demons, you can win, and just for any vets out there that feel alone or something, it's just like no, you can push through with your friends and family.
Yeah.
Just to highlight that even though that you come on the battlefield and your wounds have healed on the field, but you still fight mental wounds and scars, and that's just one of those little minor bits to highlight that Chuck was fighting and he overcame.
Yeah, well, I really enjoyed it. I laughed all through it, a whole bunch. It was a great movie, as good as any movie I've ever seen. And I think you guys are well on your way, And I know you've done a lot of projects, even on the, with other things, And I know you've been out in LA and different places, and I really appreciate you inviting me here tonight, and it's been a pleasure doing this interview with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.